Hello out there, this is Cammie White and you're listening to Rushdown Radio.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Rushdown Radio. I'm Anthony.
And I am Tom and Jerry's black maid.
Yo, he is Tom and Jerry's black maid. Whoo. We're starting off swinging.
We sure are.
He went from Mr. Big Bag Gamer Politics Man to that.
Yes.
That's what we call the transition. Wow, where do I go? What are you playing, Michael? What are you doing these days?
Who am I playing? Let's see. I just imported a game from PlayAsia that just came here like literally yesterday. What is it called? Zhang Yuan Sword 7, which translates to Sword and Fairy 7.
Why can't you just say Sword and Fairy 7, man?
No,
come on.
No, I'm gonna do Stop Asian Hate. I should be able to say the name of the game in this real like tongue.
I hear you, right? I hear you.
Uh-huh.
But we can't Google that if we hear it. Or at least spell it if you're going to... Like, how are people going to look this up?
Sure. You spell it is Xuan, then Yuan, and then Sword 7.
All right.
It's easy.
Yep, fine.
It's easy.
Yep, fine. All right, cool. As long as you're giving the listeners a way to look this up in its native tongue, it's fine.
Yes. So this game is made by Sunsoft, Chinese company. Actually, Sword and Fairy is like the longest running RPG series in China, actually. And this is the seventh iteration of it. The last one, part 6, was terrible. I'm not gonna lie, it was unplayable. It was glitchy. It was awful.
And so you thought 7 would be a lot better?
Yeah.
Well, I hope it is.
Okay, so here's the backstory. So NVIDIA, right, they got behind them to help them with this one. Like when they were actually showing off the next NVIDIA chip, they was teasing this game too.
Oh.
So that's why I'm like, okay, I'm been more on board now. And actually the game's pretty good. I mean, it's like groundbreaking, but it's a really good game.
Okay.
So I'm having fun with it. It's pretty much Chinese Witcher. Like to just sum it up in just a really like short and sweet version.
Well, there you go, guys. You want Chinese Witcher? There you go. You got Sword and Fairy 7.
Yeah, you can either get it on Steam, which is the English version, or you can import like me if you want a physical copy, or you can do the arduous journey of creating a Hong Kong account and getting it that way. But I'm like, I don't feel like going through all that trouble and red tape. So I was like, just give me a physical copy, which is actually much cheaper than getting it on digital, actually. So that's why I got it.
Yeah, despite having a Hong Kong account, if I want to play this, I'll just borrow it from you.
You can borrow it from me if you want to play it. But yeah, I'm loving it so far. Yeah, graphically really good. The problem I think I'm having is like there's some frame rate issues here and there. But I think it's because of the PS4. I'm something with the PS4, like developers aren't really able to optimize, I think. Like
I mean, also, you have the base PS4. You don't have like the Pro.
Yeah, that's what it is too. So I know it's like a lot of games don't run really well on the PS4 like later on. Like I know Yeast 9 was struggling sometimes too to keep 30 frames per second in like the town.
Yep, but I bet if you played it on the PS5.
Well, actually at first the PS5 version was kind of messy too because it wasn't ready for it yet.
Oh.
They had to actually patch it. But it should be good now. I think they patched it out so it should work. But it didn't work at first with PS5. But yeah, playing that. I'm taking a pause for Persona 5 Strikers. I don't know. That game is just not keeping me interested like I thought it would.
How far are you?
I finished the first dungeon, and now we're going to do the second one with that douchebag writer guy.
Okay, because I've gotten to the third town, actually.
Oh, okay. So you're ahead of me. But that's what I'm really playing right now. I can't think of anything else. Those are my stuff I'm really like hankering down on. What you're playing?
So I am also playing Scramble. Honestly, the gameplay is okay. Like, it's alright. It's really samey though.
Yeah.
Collect 3 things and go through the door and beat the guy.
Yep.
If they're in the cutscene in any relative capacity, they are probably weak to that thing.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't know. I also really, I'm into the story. That's why I'm here. Like, the gameplay is fine. But at this point, for me, it's a vehicle for the story. I'm always here for these pieces, for this little group of, what do I call them?
Misfits?
There we go. This little group of misfits, this little Scooby gang.
It's giving very much Breakfast Club, honestly.
and that is one of my favorite movies. So
like, definitely. I mean, I love this cast. I think it's probably my favorite cast of like Persona characters, like overall, I would say.
Yeah, I'm willing to say that.
Because like I love other casts, but I don't like all of them. Like there's like actually 4 I hate the most. Probably I don't like any of those.
Well,
kids.
see, there's none of the cast that I hate the most, but I like when I think of who I like the most of each cast. Like the only thing that gives them competition is like in Persona 3, there's Mitsuru.
Ah, yes, Mitsuru.
She's amazing.
The baddest.
I like Junpei. I know people don't like Junpei. I really like Junpei.
I like Junpei.
Akihiko was great.
Oh god, he's so good. Now,
And Aigis?
of course.
Aigis is primo.
Gosh,
And that's where the good stops.
Yeah.
Persona 4, Naoto.
Yeah, I don't like most of those kids in that game.
And that's it. Well, I mean, Kanji's fine. Kanji's all right.
Kanji's okay.
He's all right.
I like Yosuke. He's cool sometimes. At least not being a...
He's a fucking dork.
I mean, that's not a bad thing for me.
I mean, hey, that's all you, man. I'm not a fan.
Now, Chie and the other girl, they could ride. I don't like neither one of them chicks. They could both ride. She is obnoxious. Oh, God.
Beef! I like meat.
She is so obnoxious. I don't like Chie.
Could I break her down and make some big think piece on how she is like juxtaposed between her liking like all of these traditionally masculine things while also struggling with her femininity? I could, but I'm just gonna say that she's a carnivorous idiot.
Carnivorous idiot, which is fine. Like,
and Yukiko, could I say that her home life has made her struggle with who she is as a person, and thus she has awkward conversations with people that leave her to just be unable to socialize with normal people, and she struggles with that? Sure, I could, but I could also call her boring and lame, which I'm going to do.
I'm on both those tracks when it comes to part 4.
Meanwhile, we have part 5.
I think all the characters in 5 are pretty interesting, except for what's her face, the cop apologist.
Makoto is one of the worst things that I've ever seen in Persona. 1, she's a cop apologist.
Yeah.
2, she is like, how can we make Mitsuru as unlikable as possible?
First, make her broke.
Right. First, you're broke. Second, everybody's like, woo, fine. And she's like, responsibility?
All the
time. No
time.
one ever likes that character.
We really don't.
And that's why we don't like Morgana either. But at least Morgana has some air of mystery. Like, why are you a talking cat?
I don't like Morgana.
I mean, nobody likes Morgana. I mean, I don't like Morgana. I don't know, like, nobody likes Morgana, but some people like Morgana.
Some people do. They like human Morgana too. And
I haven't gotten that far to understand human Morgana, but
I don't jazz with that either.
The one character that baffles me, I don't even know if I like or hate her, but the one that baffles me is Haru.
I like her more in Scramble because she ain't about the cops.
Oh no, she is not.
She's anti-cop.
She is anti-cop.
I love that.
And you know what? My thing with Haru is like, I want someone to tell me who is Haru.
Who is Haru?
I can give you defining traits in like 2 or 3 words for each character. Do that with Haru.
I mean, she hates cops.
No. That's Scramble. That Scramble is just expounding upon what's there. They're building on the foundation. We're talking about the foundation strictly. Who is Haru?
Well, she hates the establishment, it seems like.
Does she?
It seems like.
I don't know.
She's like he's anti-capitalism.
Okay. I don't know if she's anti-capitalist now. She's anti her dad's form of capitalism, which I mean, is pure capitalism, but being honest with yourself. But she just wants to do ethical capitalism, which we're not sure if that exists, but she wants to try it.
She wants to at least try it. I mean, I'm down for that. To at least try.
Right. Meanwhile, we got Ryuji. He's the best boy.
I love Ryuji
and
so
I've
much.
only grown to love him more in Scramble. He might be the star of that show to me.
He's so good.
Futaba is just a dork, and you know she's endearing.
She's got more endearing, actually.
I like her more in Scramble than in here, but I mean I don't hate An.
An's inoffensive. She's like
An had to come around to me because I used to be like, I don't see why people like An. An's just fucking boring. But then as I played through Persona 5 again in Royal, yeah, she's fine.
She's not like a character that's like, she's not polarized. She's like, I God, I used to hate him. You had a deep hatred for him. You thought he was the dumbest, most stupidest character ever.
Things change
drastically.
People
Grow's not even the word.
Grow.
You changed from complete hate to extreme love.
I would defend him against everyone.
I know.
Love that.
It came out of nowhere too.
He's amazing.
I don't know where it came from because all you did was talk mad crap about him.
Was he a little dumb and stupid? Yes. But who wasn't? Weren't we all a little dumb and stupid?
Oh, now you're defending him based on other people now?
Yes. Yes, I am. I will use every angle I can to defend him.
Wow. I mean, I always liked him anyway because he was cool. Like I thought he was a cool character.
I think that rounds up that cast.
Unless you want to count, what's his face?
Akira, the main character?
Akechi.
Oh, he's dead.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're running off the original canon.
Oh,
they're not running off Royal.
Yeah, Royal's the
Sorry
redemption
for that
arc.
spoiler.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's dead. Who cares?
Yeah.
We kind of did him in.
My boy.
He ran up, and he hey, you know the proverb. Run up and get done up.
Look what they did to my boy.
He ran up. He ran up in that little goofy costume.
Wait a minute, hold up.
That Loki costume was goofy. I ain't trying to hear
You sound bad hated right
that
now.
first costume he had was fine, but then he got into this little Dark Knight costume.
Okay, that one's I don't like the Dark Knight one.
Right, that one was dumb.
His original, the other one, he was a Phantom Thief.
Yeah, that was fine. That was good. But then he was like, "Now talk," looking like that, and we were done with him. We were done. That's why he had to lose.
Look what they did to my boy.
I am also playing Monster Hunter Rise. Totally went off on a Persona tangent there.
Yeah, we did, but
apologies.
I mean, that's what this show's about.
Yeah, just tangents. But I'm also playing Monster Hunter Rise,
which I heard is phenomenal. I've heard nothing but good things about that game.
I mean, you heard me sitting in here shouting at these monsters.
Yeah, maybe I'll get into this game one day.
I'd say find people who are playing it because this game is amazing with friends.
Okay.
I mean, you can play it fine solo, but getting your footing as you play with people to understand the game, because there are things as I played with Erica and Michael that I didn't know about.
Okay.
But they seem to have been studying this game.
Well, yeah, they're a
little weird with this.
That's how most of the franchises are, though.
Yeah, but hey, I learned a lot. So I'd say play with people, learn your footing, and then you can kind of hop in the world and do your own thing.
Okay. That'll be a later game to play down the line this year somewhere. Because I feel like this year is not going to be a year with a whole bunch of new games coming out, to be honest.
Nah, I think there's going to be like maybe one big blockbuster game every couple of months.
Yeah, because I know, because I said COVID, a lot of people in the industry said COVID is going to definitely be felt this year more than last year. Because last year we had 2019, most of the stuff was already developed. So
right, and this year...
Yeah, we could develop a lot of stuff last year.
Yeah,
so.
2020 was a year they had to kind of a lot of restructuring, a lot of just shuffling around. So I hope y'all got a backlog.
I'm glad I do, actually. I should have a pretty decent one now.
Yeah, I got a pretty big backlog myself.
So what's on our log for today's topics?
We're going to wait for that one a little bit. Let's see. Which one do I want to do first? Let's get this one out the way. This is dumb. Stadia.
It's back, baby!
Michael is excited to tell you all that Stadia is alive.
It is back, baby!
Because they have Falcom games.
Yes.
And to review, for people who may not know, he is a Falcom shill.
Yes, I am. I am a proud of that.
You know what? I may just give you my Stadia. And you can play it.
I can play it.
Or you can pre-order Resident Evil Village and get a free Stadia that way.
Yikes. You see that plug?
Yeah. Go ahead and pre-order that on Stadia so you can get a Stadia
for free, baby.
That's so dumb. You pre-order the game on
get
Stadia
a whole console.
Like, listen to how that sounds. Like, what if Sony was like, hey, pre-order Horizon Zero Dawn and you get a whole PS4?
Man, people would have been did it. They would have none left.
Man, that's how bad Stadia is hurting. They're not dead, but they're clearly hurting. Well,
they're back, baby.
They pre-order the game to get the console. That's amazing, honestly.
I mean, honestly, you're getting just a glorified, like, Google Chromecast, honestly.
You're getting a Chromecast. I don't know if it's the Ultra or not, but it's a Chromecast, which is garbage. And you get the controller, which is garbage.
Yeah.
And you get to play their garbage interface with their garbage tech and their garbage policies. God, I hate Stadia. And now that I've played it, before it was just like, man, this seems kind of dumb. But now that I've experienced it, I've endured it. It's stupid.
I mean, they got Falcom on it. How can it be stupid?
I'm going to hand you the Stadia. The next time I come over here, I'm going to bring the Stadia with me. Controller and Chromecast together. And you can discuss with yourself how you feel. I don't know if I have to wipe my info off there. Probably not. You could probably just set it up yourself.
Okay.
But point is, this thing is garbage, and you clearly need to experience it for yourself.
I wonder how these guys are going to play on Stadia, too.
That's the thing. The tech for Stadia is there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't put this on Wi-Fi, mind you. If this
of course not, yeah.
If you have a hardwired connection, the games run pretty well, despite the fact that the controller also runs off Wi-Fi.
That's weird.
I didn't really feel that much latency from it.
Well, that's good.
It's just the pricing model.
It's stupid.
Like, what?
You gotta buy games and pay for a subscription too?
Man, not even the Ouya was that dumb.
I mean, Ouya was a failure.
I mean, it was dumb, but it wasn't that dumb. I bet you if Ouya had something like Google backing it, it'd have been fine.
Probably.
Because let's be honest, that's the only reason Stadia is still kicking around, because it's Google's.
Well, yeah, it had money to pump into it, except not that first party studio.
Nah, they're done.
But Falcom's here, baby. You can play Trail of Cold Steel 3 and 4.
Well, I wanted to.
You can play Trail of Cold Steel 3 and 4.
And
you can play Yeast 8 and 9.
Well, like 1 through 7. Without Origins.
You can play Yeast 8 and 9 and Trail of Cold Steel 3 and 4.
All right, you're just plugging at this point. You have to be stopped. All right, so now that we've done that, my God, I'm mad we did that.
Buy a Stadia. Buy all those games.
Okay, time out, people. It's literally cheaper to just pre-order Resident Evil Village. It's literally cheaper
just
to
do
just
that.
do that.
If you're that curious about it, just do that.
Or if you're that curious about it, just pre-order Resident Evil. And 1, you'll get a pretty decent game out of it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And 2, you wouldn't have spent $100 on what you are going to despise later.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get Falcom more people to play their game, so don't mind me.
Part of me wants to make you do that, but I'm a benevolent person, and I will lend you I'll give you the damn thing. I'm not. It's literally collecting dust in my house.
Dang.
You can have the damn thing.
I'll take it.
All right. So now that we've gotten that out the way, and we have moved on.
That's what the ad felt like.
Yes.
It's my fault.
Thank you for that advertising, Michael.
That was my fault.
Thank you, John and Jerry's Black Maid. Advertisement. So someone is faking user reviews for Balan Wonderland.
Balan Wonderland.
Now, I don't know if any of you guys played the demo, and I did. And no.
No.
I decided when I played that demo, not buying that.
I heard it was mediocre, pretty much. Like, it wasn't.
Mediocre is a pretty nice word.
Oh, okay.
But I thought it was garbage. That's my word for it. But let's take a look at Balan Wonderland's Metacritic, because one of the things that people point to when they say, hey, these may be fake, is the fact that nobody got review codes until the day of release.
That's alarming.
And there's a lot of them. Let's see. When did Balan come? Let's see.
Balan Wonderworld. I'm going to blame.
I keep calling it Wonderland, but it's Wonderworld.
I'm going to blame Maximilian for me calling it like that. Balan Wonderworld.
So the game released on the 26th, and that's the Xbox One one. There we go. We got some user ratings on the Switch. Let's read a few of these.
Yikes.
All right, so we have Oloni here. The first thing I value in the game is undoubtedly its gameplay. And in that, Balan Wonderworld is promoted with the highest rating in my honest opinion. I'm reading it just as it's written here too. A large part of the levels created in this game seem to be created in a bizarre way, but at the same time in an extremely clever way. Hidden passages, secret streets, and intriguing maps accompany this work that winks at the classic games of past generations in a good way. Especially if you love games like Knights or Croc, you will also love this Balan Wonderworld. I can be more than satisfied despite everything, and I would say that I can confidently recommend it, especially if you're looking for an intriguing and surprising platformer. P.S. The game's soundtrack is great. 10.
Balan Wonderworld.
Let's see. Aminex. I have to admit to be surprised by the huge upgrades that this game has in other levels respects for what they use for the demo.
What was that sentence?
There are a lot of cool puzzle ideas here, especially level 5 and 8, and the costumes are just one more cool than others. Happy to have experienced this by myself. 10.
Those sound computer generated.
Watch them. A surprising fun game. It's just like playing old good platformer games like Knights or Croc, and I love this. Absolutely recommend. 10.
Yeah.
And it just goes on this way.
Those
and this is the
generated.
Switch one.
That's computer generated. Like automatically.
Oh, here's my favorite one. 10 out of 10 OST, 10 out of 10 level design, 10 out of 10 art. I'm really loving this whole message give by this game. I think every platform games, they should take note of this little great game. P.S. Also, the game requires you to download the day one patch for better experience it. And this really makes the whole game faster and better. 10.
Yikes. That's a big yikes, my guy. That's computer generated. That's a computer.
And there are 106 positive ratings. And if you just keep scrolling, it's 10. And you see weird sentences just like that's not even human.
That's not human. That's definitely computer generated.
Came in blind, but wow.
It's supposed to try to like replicate how humans talk.
I don't know who taught this thing how humans talk, but we don't talk like that.
Came in blind, but wow.
Like, literally the most original and beautiful platform game ever. I'm sorry, Game, G-E-M-E, Gimme, Game. Y'all couldn't even spell check some of this stuff?
Nah.
So I don't know who or what entity is artificially making these. I mean, I know who we could blame, but that would be slanderous. And I'm sure that they would never do anything like that.
Who?
Square Enix, of course.
What?
Square Enix would never do anything like this.
Of course not. Why would they do that?
That's dishonest.
Unethical.
It's rude. And besides, I'm sure that Square Enix can pay for people to spell check.
Yeah. That's what it boils down to. I would say they have better things to do with their time, but that's even better actually.
I don't understand what the. So this is clearly a concerted effort to sell these games because they know that this game is going to bomb. This game is garbage.
Balan Wonderworld.
Like, if I go on YouTube and look up Balan Wonderworld reviews, I've got to start saying, let's see, is it worth it? Worst game of 2021.
Yikes.
Is Balan Wonderworld a failure? Balan Wonderworld is a dumpster fire.
Yikes. Balan
Wonderworld, we're not impressed. Balan Wonderworld is a dumpster fire. That's two different videos. Balan Wonderworld is a terrible waste of £50.
Yikes. This game
I
is full
hate
price.
Balan Wonderworld. Balan Wonderworld is bad.
That's the way to watch. I need to watch that one. That sounds like that's the one that I need to just like sit down and just review for a little
bit. This Nintendo Switch game gave me a mental breakdown, and we know it's Balan Wonderworld because that's what's in the background.
Yikes.
A mental breakdown.
Okay, maybe that could be a first one I watch. The other one, I hate that game. I can watch that one too.
Balan Wonderworld is trash on Switch.
See, if he was specific about the version, maybe it's better on PS4.
Balan Wonderworld review, the first Gulag game of 2021.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
So,
all right, that's enough. That you get the idea.
Basically, they just been review bombing it to make sure that they can try to circumvent the actual reviews that come out for the game.
Yes.
Anytime a developer gives you review codes the day the game comes out, that's always a red flag.
Right, that's the reddest flag.
Rule number one about journalism: when you get something to review, don't get enough time to review it before the actual product comes out. That means they don't have actual like confidence in the product itself.
Yeah, one of the actual few reviews that had a review code copy, they said straight up like it was weird that we got the code the day of. And yeah, that is weird. They knew that game was gonna be bad.
They knew it was gonna be bad. They didn't want to get like bad reviews up before the game came out. They weren't gonna sell anything. It's like, you know what? Give them to me today. So by the time the people actually got the game, the people who actually pre-ordered and bought it, they wouldn't be able to read reviews and say, "Oh, I don't want this anymore."
This is why you guys should play the demos and don't pre-order games unless you are 100% confident in them.
Yep. I don't think I can't remember last game I got. What was that game I pre-ordered?
Yeah, man. You can't remember, can you?
I don't remember.
Honestly, the last game I pre-ordered was Monster Hunter Rise, and that's because they had like things I wanted.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the games I've not played and just pre-ordered blindly. Nah, I haven't done that in a long time.
I think the last time I did that was probably Treasure Coast Steel 1 in 2015. Just blindly, just like pre-order the game.
I guess, I mean, if you want to count Scramble, but I mean, we shouldn't. It was only like a couple days.
Yeah.
I mean, Guilty Gear, I guess you want to count that, but then that was after
we played that though before.
Right, we have played that.
We played that at like, what was that, Frosties? Yeah, so we actually had hands on with it. Like, I'm getting it. Like,
I can't think of a game I just blindly pre-ordered. There have been games I wanted to, but
no, I actually played the demo for Onomaki before I pre-ordered it.
Yeah, I can't think of a game.
Yeah, I can't think of one either.
So, you know what? I do know the last game I just pre-ordered blindly.
Which was?
Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Ah, okay.
That was the last game that I pre-ordered.
It made sense though. Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. That makes sense.
Arxis was making a fighting game. Like, it's really hard for Arxis to make a bad fighting game.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the last game I've ever like pre-ordered just blindly.
All right, what we got next coming up?
All right, so after that, bad news. Sony is shutting down the PS3, PSP, and PS Vita stores this summer.
Pour one out for the PSN store for those consoles.
Man, that's rough. I don't know who's still playing on those consoles, but if y'all are, I
know the Vita thing's still popping. So,
well, aren't they popping because like they emulate stuff on there and stuff?
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't know specifically, being one of those people that don't do that type of thing.
Hey. Shout outs to those people, man.
Yeah, they exist in the world, within the society.
But let's see. According to the PlayStation website, Sony has confirmed that they will be closing the PS3 store on the July 2nd. And all remaining PSP purchases will also be done July 2nd. And the Vita store will close August 27th.
Aww.
So, I don't know what games y'all haven't played by now. But you might want to rush over and get some.
Yeah. If not, get a physical copy if you can.
Yeah. Because this is starting to open up the conversation again of games preservation.
Yep. Gotta have that conversation again because we're getting to a point where we have consoles that are only digital only now too. So.
Yep. So physical ownership is becoming less and less of a reality for us. Especially when they make the digital-only version so much cheaper, which means they're more accessible and people are more likely to have them.
It's an incentive.
Yep.
It's like, do you want this version that's more money or one that's cheaper? Well,
like, seriously, is a Blu-ray driver $100 for Sony?
It's really not. Blu-ray drives aren't even that expensive anymore.
Yeah. So, they know what they're doing.
They're doing it on purpose. This is the way to squeeze it out. They know if they put more of those out. So I've noticed that even when you try to buy a PS5, there's always more of the digital ones.
Mm-hmm.
On purpose.
It even comes in a cooler box.
Yep, it really does. The black box is nice.
It is.
Yeah, all thing it's going to do is just drive up more, more piracy, honestly.
Yep. And you know how the games industry feels about the piracy.
Well, Sony needs to know since the PSP that all their consoles will always be pirated.
Yeah.
They
kept on trying to release firmware for it to make it anti-pirate. All they did was update the firmware.
Yeah, like that's all they ever do. Like, I don't know what Nintendo does, but Nintendo X's out that piracy stuff completely.
So, from what I understand, the way that people pirate it is like they crack the eShop.
Uh-huh.
So then after that, they just like, all right, well then no more eShop for you.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about the modding scene in Nintendo's consoles because I've never done it. The only time I've ever done something like that was with the R4 cards.
Oh, yes.
Which, blessed.
What a time. What a time. Jesus.
Man, somebody can make an R4 for the Switch.
Dude, don't say that.
I mean, somebody could think about it.
Don't say that.
Get on that.
That's gonna happen.
Go ahead and do it.
It's gonna happen.
Go ahead.
It's gonna happen. Like,
boy, you about to do it.
But yeah, when they make stuff inaccessible, this would just brings me to the conversation about the whole thing with Mario with All-Star 3.
Yes.
Like, you make games inaccessible for people to play, and then you wonder why there's so much piracy happening. Like, people will pay money for games if they're available to buy.
I mean, especially since they have this weird idea in their heads that if somebody pirates a game, it's a lost sale. If you weren't selling the game to begin with, you didn't lose anything.
Nope.
Like, seriously. When's the last time y'all sold Batman and Robin on the SNES? If I want to go play Batman and Robin on the SNES, where I'm gonna do with that? Y'all expect me to go ahead and buy your SNES that's still in production? I bet with your cartridges that are probably still in production, huh? Except they're not. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna hit up a ROM site. I mean. It's not their fault. Y'all don't want to make money.
I mean, you're not gonna make so much money. Like, there's so many.
Like, seriously,
models they can do. Like, if they had a subscription service, oh my god, they make so much money.
Man, if Nintendo had a subscription service of all their old games, they would be flooded with money.
Like $10 a month, and you could play anything from 64 on back.
I don't understand who runs Nintendo and doesn't think of these things.
Like,
y'all are sitting on a literal horde of games that people love to play from the GameCube down.
Yep.
People are begging to give you money. People are like, man, just make a digital shop for this stuff.
People will buy it.
People will buy it. People are begging for the chance to buy it. But you aren't giving them the option.
Which is weird. I don't get it. Like, I would probably buy a whole bunch of those what is those games from was the Game Boy Advance. That whole series, that whole like era of games, one of my favorites.
But no, y'all are content with making these cheap little plastic toys that have like 20 games on there.
People eventually just mod them out and everything, because the thing is just like worthless after a while.
Yeah, that's just emulators.
That's all it is, just an emulator. And they put an emulator on the Switch.
I don't get Nintendo.
I don't either.
I don't get Sony doing this.
Yeah, it's stupid. They just
like, I mean, maybe y'all don't have the back. That's the thing with them. If y'all would make the stuff backwards compatible, maybe y'all would have the store open.
Yep.
No, we can't do it. It's too hard. It's difficult. And I'm not going to pretend I know what it takes for you all to make it backwards compatible. But all I'm saying is that Microsoft doesn't have to close the Microsoft store, because I'm still buying games from the 360.
Sure am. You can still buy DLC for 360 right now if you want to.
I mean, not every game is out, but they're doing a lot better than these other two companies are.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Like, I just bought Ashura's Wrath the other day.
That's a good buy, especially.
Damn, it's a good buy.
It's a good buy.
Although I'm a little salty.
Why?
Because it was $20.
Uh-huh.
And then like the week after, Capcom was like, how about $3? If I had waited just a week.
Those sales come out so like sporadically, and they don't really put much like advertisement to it.
Like, I have been waiting this entire time since I bought the thing, since I bought my wonderful Xbox to buy this game, and I'm like, and I finally caved, and y'all were just like $3.
Yep, I'm glad I didn't cave in back on KOF digital, because I would be getting it up $30.
When I tell you, I was heartbroken. I'm still playing it,
of course,
but I was hurt.
Well, yeah, that's $30. Well, $20, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 20.
I gave y'all $17. I just have to give y'all.
But yeah, hopefully one day we get to a point where they just all make a subscription model for all their old back catalog of games,
because people will play it.
Like, imagine a back catalog of like PSP games. Like, just a store where you can just like, oh, I can play this old game from PSP.
I'm going to just play like Luminous 2 and Crisis Core all day.
I mean, those are great games.
They really are.
What we got next on the docket? We can go forever. We can talk about this forever.
All right. So.
Oh, I don't like the way you laugh like that.
So, an EA developer has reportedly been selling people FIFA 21 Ultimate Team cards on the side. And not for like petty change. Nah. We're talking thousands of dollars.
Oh, God.
This developer is allegedly, like, I'm throwing allegedly because, you know, EA's talking about, we're going to investigate. And I don't know what's come of it. All they've said so far is that there's some kind of activity. There's something going on. Some kookies going on at EA.
I don't like that. Sometimes like activities. I don't like that sound.
Suspicious
I don't like
is
that.
happening here.
That phrasing doesn't sit right with me.
So, you get a bunch of EA people with like magnifying glasses looking down like, where'd this money come from?
Not Inspector Gadget.
And I feel like the only reason they care is because that's money that's not going into their pocket.
Of course.
No, that developer's on the hustle right now. He's like, man, let me get y'all these cars right quick, but it's gonna cost you. Y'all want the best soccer player for your team? Go ahead and cough up that couple thousand. And the fact that people are paying really says a lot about EA's loot box structure. You mean to tell me y'all would rather pay thousands of dollars to get this one character for this one game instead of going into the loot box? Like, EA, what is
toxic.
going on?
That's pretty toxic.
I mean, yeah.
Like, your options are limited, so you're just gonna spending thousands of dollars to get something versus checking. Like, I guess they feel like they would like save money if they just went.
Which is sad.
This is
because
pretty sad.
This is soccer, and to those of us of the the US of A who don't know, soccer is the most popular sport in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's plenty of people in other countries that's like, man, I really want random famous soccer player. Sorry, don't know names, don't watch soccer, but they want that person at like their best, and this person's like, man, that guy's gonna cost you $3,000,
3 stacks.
I mean, you could go into the loot boxes. You could open some card packs there, buddy, but who knows what you're gonna get.
Yikes.
And you know what? This also opens up the idea of this developer worsening people's odds so he can make money. I wonder if that's a thing. Because we know that, I mean, as long as they can tell us the odds, they can manipulate the odds. So I wonder if he's been doing stuff like that to get this money. Well, he or she, or they. We don't know who it is.
Some mysterious force.
Some mysterious developer. This rogue developer who is probably riding around in a what? Lamborghini? Maserati?
Maserati, yeah. Murcielago.
Oh.
Other dumb cars with Italian names.
Is Lamborghini even still making good cars?
Good question.
Huh. I'm gonna look into that later.
You know what the easy way is to find out?
How?
Pop in some Forza.
Look, Forza is my game for Eurobeat.
I love that game so much.
All right. Because that game is whiplash, the game. You could be doing just a regular race, and it's like, hey, we want you to do movie stunts. Okay.
I love that so much. Oh,
It's a dynamic racing game. I actually really like it. But, more to the point.
This person at EA. It just tells you that EA is just a company that's full of corruption all the way around. That
how did y'all let this go? How is this happening? How do y'all let
they don't care?
They must not, because as long as they're getting the money in,
exactly.
as long as money is raining into the FIFA bubble.
Ugh, EA is just gross.
Personally, I believe that there are like pots of money that just like fall from the sky
Not
as
pots.
people spend money on in-game stuff.
Not pots of money.
Look, I think of them as like some kind of comically evil movie villains. Because who else could come up with schemes like this?
That is true.
Speaking of comically evil villains,
oh God,
Activision, right?
Yep.
Hey, everybody, round of applause. They've had another record year,
Woo!
and Bobby Kottick is getting a $200 million bonus.
Yep.
Round of applause.
The man
round
is
of
doing
applause.
it big.
He is doing great.
He is shutting it down.
I mean, sure. Call of Duty is the same game as it's always been, I guess.
Excuse me, it's a new game. It doesn't have a new name, so it's a new game.
I mean, you got me there. And yeah, I mean, they did right by people like me by putting out Crash 4.
Yikes.
Can't even argue.
Yikes.
Crash 4 is great.
Here you go, shilling.
But hey, whoa.
You're a dirty game.
Whoa. That game is pretty clean. Actually.
I'm sure somebody on that team probably got fired too.
Yeah, it's likely because 190 people got laid off.
unknowingly
during this record year. Oh, it's always unknowingly. People just come in, they clock in, and it's like, hey, fired.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, once the story went out that Bobby Kottick was getting this bonus and it was record year, employees were actually bracing themselves.
Yeah, of course they knew, because that's what every company does. This when they make record number of money, they'll cut budgets in order to make more money.
Mind you, this is the exact same company that does not even feed its own employees.
Yep.
These are employees that have to choose between eating at work or paying rent. Same ones. Meanwhile, Bobby Kottick has gotten a $200 million bonus, which at this point to him might as well be pocket change, because he gets regular $40 million annual bonuses. Activision is making billions a year. He is already seen, was it top 10 overpaid CEOs
in America? Yep.
Like this man is making money over money, and he's like, another 200 million. You know where to put it. Just put it in the vault.
Just dump it.
just put it in the pile. Whatever.
So it was another part of the story I was reading. Actually, I saw on Jimquisition. He said that the people who got laid off got BattleNet cards.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They got BattleNet cards.
I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Just throw salt in that wound.
Like, here, play some of our games when you're laid off.
Hey, you may not have a job, but guess what you do have? Money.
Here you go.
Go ahead and play some Hearthstone.
Right? Get some new card packs.
You know, treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Whew, that's gotta be the most conscious. That's like a spit in the face, pretty much.
Hey, man,
Activision's evil.
I gotta give it to him. That is the most cartoonishly evil thing in real life I've seen since Elon Musk or Pharma Bro, the dude who bought the Wu-Tang album.
Oh yeah.
So no one else could hear it.
Which is crazy because, like, no one's stopping them from doing the stuff. There's nobody regulating anything that goes on.
No matter how much information comes out about it, everybody's just like, oh, that's capitalism.
That's the game industry.
Hey, man, that's just how it goes.
That's how it is. It be like that.
I mean, it's not going to stop me from playing Call of Duty.
I mean, one day you're in, one day you're out, you know?
Hey, man, I've been fired before, too.
Exactly.
Bro. It be like that.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, my favorite. At least they can file for unemployment.
That's literally what probably people are saying right now.
It's the worst.
BattleNet cards, though?
Not severance pay. BattleNet cards.
Because, you know, you want to play some more stuff from the company that fires you.
Like, imagine you tell your landlord, hey, man, I just got fired from my job. Well, how are you going to pay rent? And you hand them that BattleNet card.
Here you go. Keep the change.
What do you think that landlord's going to do? Oh, boy. I can play. What games even take BattleNet cards, man? I can buy Diablo Immortal microtransactions now.
Oh, see? You're good. You got this.
Hey, because I have a phone.
Oh, God. Bobby Kottick needs to be stopped. I don't know why he exists.
I don't know why
at
this
the
little
capacity
piglet cockroach continues.
He keeps getting more money.
More money.
No one's stopping him.
And we've had like shareholders that's like, man, maybe you're making a little too much money. And Bobby Kottick was like, and it was like, well, you got us there.
You got us there. And you can see he rakes in so much money for doing no work at all.
Nothing.
He just sits there like, I wish I could make that much money and not do nothing.
This man probably just like reads headlines all day and it's like, oh,
he probably on Snapchat, on Twitter with his fake account, yelling at people.
Man, he's probably got a burner account just yelling racial slurs to get it out of his system.
What's our next story?
You good?
I'm good.
All right, so our last story is Kotaku being Kotaku again. They think that loot boxes are fun presents. Now, the context was Niantic and Pokemon Go with their egg incubators, blah, 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 loot boxes. Because, you know, you don't have to spend money to hatch your eggs, but incubators make egg hatching so much more viable. I'm not going to get into that. Pokemon Go is a free game. That's a gray area. But what is in the gray area is how stupid Kotaku is to say that loot boxes are surprise. Oh, no, not surprise, okay, 'cause that's EA. No, they're fun presents.
Yeah, because they're not as bad as other loot boxes.
Nah,
Stupid.
You get a Pokemon from it and be a little surprised. Like,
Exactly.
woo-hoo.
The odds of getting a Pokemon you want are like, what, 1 in 1,000?
I mean, they do show you odds, and those odds never look great.
Well,
And they'll even show you odds. I think they show you odds for like specific Pokemon, but it's not numbers. They got like symbols or something.
look, that's how real world Pokemon works. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, you don't know, the chances of you getting a shiny, except you do know what you're going to get because you made the egg.
You sound crazy.
You sound like a person who don't play Pokemon, which is fine.
Obviously, the Kotaku don't either.
No, they don't play a lot of games. They over here talking crazy.
On a side note, I almost bought Nexamon last night. But I decided not to. It was on sale. I was
For
like,
how much, Michael?
it was like 20.
You about to pay $20?
I didn't. I said I was almost. Your anger level.
I felt my blood tighten when you said that to me. Like, I don't even know what to say to you right now.
Not your blood type.
You looked at my face and was like, "Hey, I almost bought this bad game."
Wow. You haven't even played it before.
I've looked at it. That game looks like garbage. What are you saying to me?
It's a monster catching game.
What do you mean you can no, all right. There are 3 Monster Tamer games that are worth anyone's time: Pokemon, Digimon, Monster Rancher.
They ain't no new Monster Rancher though.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
And the new Digimon ain't coming out yet either.
Whose fault is that?
The developers?
Okay, then you talk to them about it. Don't talk to me about this.
Or I just go play me some Tam.
Oh. You keep on telling me about these non-Pokemon games. Oh my god.
Look, Tam looks actually fun. I might play that.
Temtem is the least worst looking of him. But
sorry,
oh.
but I just had to tell.
But then again, Pokemon ain't been the same as it used to be, man. Maybe I should branch out to these knockoffs.
Look, knockoffs can be fun sometimes.
I guess maybe I should get into the Rockaware of monster catching games.
Look, I get it that you're really attached to, Pokemon and Digimon, but, branching out is not a bad thing. Especially when they're cheap, too.
I guess not. Where'd you even find Nexamon for $20?
GameStop.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
Man, who knows what's even going on over there? That's probably why they're trying to liquidate everything.
Yeah,
even sale.
Even though they had the really good thing with their stocks,
that did nothing for them.
They did nothing for the company, though.
They did nothing for them. They were just bystanders. They was like, are we benefiting from this? No.
Isn't Reggie leaving too?
Yes.
Yeah, he's out of here.
He was like, well, that's all the time I've got.
He said that too.
Right, he over here he probably wrote that with his whole fist on a piece of paper. Well, that's all the time I've got. I've got to get back to playing New Horizons on my Nintendo Switch.
Yikes. I'm so bad. He probably did tell him that. Like, I'm out.
Later.
That was such a tangent, but that's my fault.
It's okay.
We're talking about Kotaku being in trouble. But Kotaku does this all the time. This is a clickbait.
Hey, man. This was just a fun surprise or a fun present. Yeah, you come in looking for the headline we told you about, you get something different.
Completely different. We talked about Pokemon. Well, at least we was on Pokemon for a minute. We talked about the bootlegs and
yeah. Hey, you never know what you're gonna get.
Not on this show.
Yeah, we don't give odds here. You get what you get. You want to re-roll? We got another episode probably.
Yikes! Not a re-roll. That's the last story, though?
Yep, that is the last story of the night.
I guess we have to do our sound off then.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Question. Is yours going to be long?
I had to focus mine a bit. So
okay,
you
I can go first then. I have mine's pretty focused. Okay, so the last couple of weeks, I've been in various gaming groups, mostly about RPGs, and the one topic that keeps coming up over and over and over and over again is sexualized girls in JRPGs.
Oh, no.
Underage girls, especially,
no.
because people seem to think that because a character is not real or pixels, that it's okay to sexualize them. And I'm here to tell them that it's not. It's creepy. It's weird. It's uncool. And another thing, people seem to trivialize Japanese culture or minimalize it into being only about sex, anime, and hentai and porn, and that's it. That's the culture of Japan in a nutshell to them, which is in itself gross and disgusting. Like Japan's more than just anime and hentai and little girls and panty shots.
True.
And the fact that people do that is really weird. And another thing, the fact that people are saying that they're like, oh, they're always trying to censor our Japanese games. Japan don't care about all that stuff. And then come to find out they censored Cyberpunk in Japan.
They actually censor a lot of games.
Yeah.
A lot of violence. Like,
yeah.
I actually follow this YouTube channel called Censored Gaming.
Uh-huh.
They talk a lot about how different countries censor games and for what reasons.
Yeah, because you know what? America's not full of SJWs. The world maybe just cares about the fact some of this stuff just isn't cool to play.
You want to talk about an SJW country? Australia.
Oh, yeah, definitely Australia. Jeez, you can't play nothing there. But yeah, I just find it really odd that the one thing people talk about the most when it comes to Japan is always like hentai and underage girls and titties and stuff. But at the same time, they're like, no, you can't show this penis here. None of that genitalia stuff. You can't, customize your penis in Cyberpunk. No, because maybe Japan's way more conservative people give them credit for. Like, Japan's like this lawless country of weirdos. Like, the people who make hentai and stuff is a small, minority of people that do that.
Like, people think that Japan is an incredibly liberal country, and
it's
it
not.
Really isn't.
It's very conservative. Like,
they embrace a lot of tradition. There are some things they've been doing since, the days they've been wearing just,
since the feudal era?
Yes. There we go. I couldn't think of the era.
Mm-hmm.
Like, taking shoes off before you come into people's houses?
Yep.
Bro, you know how long they've been doing that?
Yeah.
They are a country of, a lot of tradition. They are a very conservative country. Y'all boiling them down to just regular anime and sex. Y'all are weird.
Very weird.
Y'all don't read books.
They don't. They just see, anime titties. Waifu. And it's like, I was in one group.
I have a Crunchyroll account. I know all about Japan.
Yuck. Speaking of which, this one dude, I remember one group, he was trying to explain to this girl the difference between female sexuality and male sexuality. And it was the most cringiest thing I'd ever seen. He was basically saying that, yaoi and stuff is the same equivalent to underage girls being sexualized and stuff. I'm like, that's not the same thing. That's nowhere near the same thing. How can you even say that out your mouth?
How do they fix their lips to say these crazy
because
things?
They believe that everyone else is crazy and they're the normal ones when it comes to, underage girls and stuff like that. See, I'm not okay with grown women characters being sexualized. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But if I know a girl's 14 and her titties are out, they showing upskirts and stuff, that's what I'm like, okay, that's cringy. That's weird. That's not cool. But they seem to think, oh, it's fine. It's Japan. Japan's all about that. No, they're not.
Not to mention, what they fail to mention actually is, in some of that media, the people who are sexualizing those young girls get punished.
Yeah.
Or are ostracized.
Yeah.
Or are portrayed as creepy.
Yes. The word otaku is not a good thing in Japan, which people think it is. It's not. That's like you're basically like a leper. You're a social pariah.
Yeah, y'all didn't reclaim the word. Y'all just ignorant.
Yeah. How you gonna reclaim a word that don't even belong to you?
There you go.
This is so weird.
There you go.
Because most of this conversation came from the fact that Sony's doing a lot of censoring of games and stuff.
A lot.
And from what I see, none of the stuff they're censoring is over the top. It's usually underage girls or something really lewd with young girls.
Yeah, I know that they censored some Devil May Cry 5 stuff because they were there was nude scenes of them. I know a game of contention was what was that? Omega Life?
Omega Labyrinth?
There we go, Omega Labyrinth.
Oh God.
Something Life.
Oh God.
Whatever. I forgot the name, I'm sorry.
It's okay, but I remember
Omega
that
Labyrinth,
game.
that game was a huge game of contention.
Oof.
Then of course there was the Senran Kagura series director who was like, I'm not making games for Sony anymore because they keep rejecting my games, which maybe they should. Grand scope of things. Yeah.
Like, no one's afraid of sexuality. We just don't believe in pedophilia. Like, that's
you all are grown.
And they're grown. Like, the one group I'm in is JRPGs for 30-year-olds and older. So I'm like, oh, it's going to be a great group. People my age and older playing JRPGs. Because I usually thought that type of behavior was mainly for, like, people in their early 20s and stuff. No! People in their 30s and 40s is like, oh my God, they're censoring my games and blah, blah, blah. This is...
Now, what's weird is that people in the younger demographic are really attacking this stuff.
Yeah.
It's really weird to see how this is all shaping up.
It is. Because, like, I'm in a group, I'm like, is that girl underage? Like, that's what my first thought now. Like, I'm like, oh God, how old is she?
Well, I see some fan art. I got to do a quick Google search.
Because, like, I never do this for male characters. I already know they're usually going to be adults most of the time. Or at least, like, of age. But female characters, I just know it's going to be some young little girl. It's just weird and gross. And I just wish that people would not minimalize Japanese culture to just those three things. Because they're much more than just that. But yeah, that's my sound off. I'm over it.
All right. So, here's mine. My wife has decided she wanted to dive into Monster Hunter Rise, which is partially why I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And she has been following this game ever since it was released. She's watched a lot of YouTube videos about it. She's seen every post about it from the official Facebook. And she came to see something that you and I and many others have seen for a long time.
Which is?
PC gamers are trash.
Oh, yes.
Now, I'm not going to say all of you, because, you know, I don't want to generalize all of you, but my God, the way that they just swoop in on this game and, like, I'll wait for it to come to PC.
Oh, God.
Can't you do that quietly?
They...
this game would be much better if it was on PC. Or how they came to the launch trailer was like, this game actually launches later when it comes to PC.
Wow.
Then how am I playing it, jackass? They just keep swamping in. It's like, those graphics? I can't wait for it to come to PC so I can make it look better.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what the female looks like? I can't wait for it to come to PC and give her a boob mod.
It's like a modder, so I can make her like a real woman.
I can give her real curves.
Oh, God.
Make her look like a real woman.
Yuck.
I can't wait for it to come to PC. It always comes to PC. Capcom has to respect us because we're PC players. And I'm not just pulling that out of thin air, mind you. These are like paraphrasing from...
I see it too all the time.
Thankfully, she's smart enough to not go too deep and get upset by these people, but we did have a good laugh at some of these people who are just like, nice graphics switch. I wonder what it'll look like on PC.
They are so obnoxious.
I wonder what it'll look like on the personal computer. Yes, I see that you guys are running at 30 frames per second. Perhaps it'll run better on personal computer. And it's obnoxious.
It is.
Like, can y'all... I'm not even saying y'all are wrong. I'm sure it will run at 60 frames on PC.
Yep.
I'm sure it will look better on PC.
Probably at 4K too.
But can you let people enjoy things?
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy a Switch so I can play Monster Hunter on that. I'll wait for it to come to personal computer.
Personal computer.
What are those things next to the screen on the Switch? Are those is that what you all call controllers? Not on personal computer.
I hate you so much.
Not as much as I hate these people.
Personal computer.
Like, there was a day that they got to her too because she made the fatal mistake of commenting.
Girl, Erica, no, don't feed them.
And they were just like the worst.
See, this is how you deal with them. You have to wait for a game that's not coming to PC and rub it in their face is not coming to PC. That's the fun part.
They don't believe that they don't believe in games not coming to PC.
Because
they'll be like, it's not releasing officially. I suppose I'll just have to emulate it on my personal computer.
I hate you. It's a personal computer. This is obviously gonna be the name of the episode. Obviously,
hey,
obviously.
That's fine.
I gotta put ... personal computer. Oh my god!
Like they're like, if it's not gonna release officially, we'll just pirate it.
Yeah, that's been.
We'll always get our way. We're PC gamers.
They are obnoxious. I love it.
Submit to personal computer.
I do love PC tiers though.
Hmm?
When they don't get a game, they can't emulate it or won't run right emulated. They're good tiers. I always laugh.
Ah, yes. Those are always great.
There's some games that you can't emulate really good because they don't emulate it for it yet.
Or those games that if you try to pirate it, they have like anti-pirate stuff in them because developers can be trolls sometimes.
Yep.
And they're just like, what? No. Have you bested me? No. Nothing can stop me from playing on my personal computer. No.
Personal computer. I hate you for how you say personal computer now.
Oh, what's wrong, Michael? You can't just say PC. Have you seen how much these things cost?
I have.
Have you seen the whirly gigs that they put in these things? Have you seen the spiraling colors on their personal computers?
Yikes. Yes, I've seen it because those graphics cards are really expensive. They're about the same price as a PS4 or PS5.
To that end, they're only that high because of Bitcoin.
Well, yeah.
But that's a whole other story.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
But I say all that to say, can y'all just let people enjoy stuff? Like, damn.
Yeah,
we get it. Like, as a person who loves a lot of indie games, y'all get a lot more games than we do. I get it, and clap. Okay?
clap.
I get it. Y'all got games. Y'all got all these games. Y'all don't get just third-person action games. We understand. We get it. But for those who want to play on a Nintendo console with a Nintendo game, or any other game that comes to a console first, can y'all chill?
Please.
Shut the fuck up. And play that plethora of games that are sitting in your Steam library
that you ain't played yet,
that you haven't touched yet, that you got on that summer sale and said to yourself, "I'm gonna play it," but you never do.
Yep.
How about you worry about that? How about you pay your what is the phrase?
What?
Pay the business that pay. No, mind the business that pays you.
Yep.
There we go. See, I know this stuff.
You got it.
See,
yeah.
Just hop on Steam and play something. Play Steam Roulette and see what game you're going to play while you mind your business.
And another thing, like Monster Hunter plays really well on the Switch.
It really does.
Like
online too.
Like I don't know what magic hocus pocus Capcom did with that RE engine, but that's a triumph.
I was actually playing online and none of us have that adapter because we shouldn't have to pay extra for a LAN adapter.
Yikes.
I mean, because we didn't buy the LAN adapter, and it ran smooth. I mean, was there a little jittering like during travel? Yeah, I mean, we're all on Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
but it was nothing detrimental. We were all able to play. We all had fun. It was great. That's probably the best experience online I've had on the Switch ever.
Wow,
that's my endorsement. I'm sure you guys will have a better time on. Personal computer.
I hate you so much. Ugh. All right. Got any final thoughts before you wrap up the episode for us?
I don't usually advocate for paying $60 for games, especially up front. But give Monster Hunter Rise a try. I think it's pretty good.
Just got to go through rave reviews, and people are saying it runs great. So
give it a shot. I find nothing bad about it. If you like Monster Hunter, or you think it's something you may want to try, even if you're a fan of Monster Hunter, you're on the fence. This is a fantastic game, and it's way faster than any Monster Hunter game I've ever played. So something to consider. Oh, and have I said this? I haven't said this at all the time. Buy Hades, play Hades, and play Hollow Knight. All right. Ooh, I almost won an episode not saying that. Whoa,
man, you need to get a shirt that says "Buy Hades."
I do.
Play Hollow Knight.
I
don't know why you and Callie don't have shirts that say that. Y'all should be a part of the club.
I'm gonna hit her up.
She is a whole shirt making queen.
She is. So now I'm gonna have to get a shirt that says "Play Hades" and another one that says "Play Hollow Knight."
Yep.
Let's go.
I say do it. and just walk around with it. People are like, what's that? What's Hades? And then
Glad you asked.
and then you just turn around like, sir or ma'am.
Just open up my coat.
Yep.
Because apparently I'm going to have pictures in there.
Yes. Like the Bible.
Wonderful. Could I trouble you for a moment of your time to talk about Hades?
Our Lord and Savior, Hades. Oh, that's too funny.
What about you? Any final thoughts?
Let's see. Pretty much, Bobby Kottick is a complete waste of space. He's ruining the game industry as we know it, and he's gonna be a downfall of it.
And he's a pig roach.
Yeah, pretty much that. Get you a Stadia, go cop one, play all the Falcom games you can play on it.
I told y'all the hack. Just pre-order Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, just do that, and then just have all those Falcom games. I'm sure you're gonna play well too, so just do that.
And that will wrap up today's show. Check us out on rushdownradio.net. Check out our YouTube. Michael is still managing our playlist, so look into those. Still got to give you mine.
Oh yeah, please. We'll put that on there too. Oh yeah, Hollywolves, new podcast. Me and the other new member of the Rushdown team, Matt Meltdown, talk about movies and stuff. So yeah, the new episode should be up right now.
All right, I'll listen on the way home actually.
So yeah, plug in stuff for our own show.
All right.
But yeah.
And with that, we'll see you later.